Israeli forces freed 4 hostages during an expansive raid on the Nuseirat refugee camp yesterday. Gaza's health ministry is reporting close to 300 deaths in the crossfire of the operation. CBC is not able to independently verify these numbers. Now, it remains unclear how many of those deaths were civilians and how many were Hamas militants. Journalist Sarah Coates has more.
This was an extremely daring operation that took weeks to plan in coordination with the Israeli military and also the Shin Bet, taking place in broad daylight. Now, we did hear from the IDF spokesperson, Daniel Hagari, in the wake of this successful mission. He said that it was carried out in a number of phases, saying that the first stage saw the Israeli military target terror infrastructure in the Gaza Strip. We then know that special operations teams actually infiltrated this Nuseirat refugee camp in the centre of the Strip, with Palestinians on the ground claiming that these people were disguised as aid workers, also driving in trucks loaded up with furniture. And this is something that Israel denies. We then know, according to the military, that this area came under heavy fire from the air, from the land and from the sea to create a sort of a fire corridor, which then saw these special forces actually use this fire corridor for protection and bring these Israeli hostages to the beach before they were evacuated and taken to hospital for treatment. Here's one of those doctors that saw to the patients.
The nutritional status of the captives that have come back, all of them are in severe nutritional deficiency with significantly decreased muscle mass and interruptions to their metabolic status. It is clear, especially at the first period of the captivity, that they did not receive adequate nutrition.
Now, this rescue operation has certainly given these families that still have loved ones being held in the Strip a glimmer of hope for people here on the ground. But really, just hours after this successful mission, there were protests right around the country, with people demanding that the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu do a deal now with Hamas to bring home the remaining Israeli hostages.
Journalist Sarah Coates in Tel Aviv. And we should note, it's not clear how this latest operation could impact ceasefire talks. The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is making his 8th wartime visit to the region tomorrow.